Good afternoon and welcome to Blindformers. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and for today I have for you Transformers Studio Series 86 Brawn, where we will be teaching you how to transform him from his robot mode into his SUV mode, as well as explaining to you parts, the points of the transformation to watch out for and ensure that, you can transform him without having a bad time or breaking your bot. After all, we don't want you to break it, and we want you to have fun with your Transformer. It's a fun 3D puzzle, and I'm here to help. If you're wondering what I'm doing here, well, my name is Blind Prime, and I raise awareness for the blind through alternative means and methods. This all started with Transformers because as a blind person, I discovered their 3D puzzle aspect, the transformation, is a lot of fun, and it really helps me get my mind in order. I use them to meditate. I transform them and think about life and stuff like that. And when I'm feeling a bit frustrated, I grab a transformer and transform it. It really helps. It's like a fidget spinner, and it helped me combat my very big addiction to Minecraft. I was putting in 50 plus hours a week before I lost my vision, and these guys really helped me manage to get over all that. So I created this channel in this series because I, as a blind person, had difficulty transforming some Transformers, and a lot of these reviewers will describe the transformation in steps like move this piece here like so, and make sure that you rotate this. You want to make sure that you grab this piece here, and you want to make sure that you're careful with it, or else it could break. And then you want to rotate this piece like this, exactly this far. It's those very vague descriptors that really pissed me off and made me want to come out here and do this so that other blind people won't go through the same things I've gone through. I'm here, I've blazed the trail, I figured out the transformation, and I'm here to bring it to you verbally. And if you're not visually impaired or blind, I do ask that you play along. You put on a blindfold and you see how well you can transform the Transformer, listening to verbal instructions. Pretend to be blind for a bit and just experiment with it. See how it goes for you. And this is all for fun, and this is all for education, and this is all to help people on the mental front. And I'm trying to give you the tools needed to combat depression and sadness, and it's my hope that you can use these tools to do that. And of course, as always, I have Cream. He used to be a more active kitten, but now that he's become an orange cat, he's well on his way to becoming fat orange cat status. Should have named him Garfield instead of Creamsicle. Yeah. Drunken Prime called him his spirit animal. Okay, so that being out of the way, please go below, hit the like button, share this video with everybody you know, flap it on your Facebook wall, tweet it out, X it out, I don't know. Stupid. Tweet it out. Tweet it out. I refuse to call that service whatever the hell he's calling it now. Other than that, post it on Reddit. Go to r/Transformers and post it. Go to r/blind and post it. Oh, those people don't like me at r/blind. They got mad at me because they said what I was posting wasn't what they were meant for. They're meant for answering questions and helping the blind. And I'm like, but I am helping the blind. So yeah, go ahead and spam my video to r/blind. Screw them. All right, let's get into this beautiful Transformer and talk to you about how to transform it. First off, to start this process, don't scratch your nose like I just did because I nuzzled up against Cream. Darn cat hairs. Okay, so grab the back of his head in one hand and grab his body, his backpack in the other, and then you want to pull his head forwards. It's not really connected in there really well. It's enough to where it's not going to fall forwards when you're shaking it, but you want to go ahead and pull that head and the entire front of his chest forwards all the way. Go ahead and put his head between his legs. Brawn, poor Brawn. Okay, next step, we want to then rotate the arms down. Okay, so if you feel these arms, and I don't know how I just screwed that up. Okay, so grab the arm in one hand, grab the Transformer in the other, backpack on put your thumb on the backpack, and put your fingers in the hollow section of his chest area that we just revealed, and go ahead and fold the arm down. It's on a bar hinge, and it's just going to rotate all the way down till it stops. And it will rotate so far that the hand that was once facing down is now facing up to the sky. And we're going to do the same process over here. We're just going to rotate it down, and there we go. The hands are facing up towards the sky now. Okay? Good job. Good job. We're doing great. So now you just rotate each of the hands down towards the bottom, and when we're doing this, go ahead and collapse the fist into the hollow section that I forgot to mention on my More Than Meets the Eye video. That's the only hollowness that is in this entire figure, and it's right there at the hands. So go ahead and collapse each hand into the hollowness that is the wrist area. Now that we're done with that, we're kind of done with this, the front area, but not yet. Now we have to take one of the worst parts about this transformation is this part here. So now that you've got each of these arms folded down as far as possible, make sure you've got everything as far as possible, okay? Because the clearances for this are very minuscule. There is this metal pin that is, you can find right behind where Brawn's head would sit. Well, that's because this entire shelf unit here inside of his core is actually the grill of the truck. And we're going to rotate it. Doesn't matter which side you rotate it, but you're going to rotate it 180 degrees. So you just want to grab that shelf with your fingertips and grab the hood of the vehicle mode in your other hand and then rotate it. Be careful rotating it. It's a stiff joint and you don't want to break it. But you also want to make sure you have each of those hands and arms pulled down as far as possible so that you can give enough clearance. These two little thin things on either side barely make the clearance, and I do worry about it rubbing. I really do worry about it rubbing. All right, now that that part's done, now we're going to go and fold the head back up. But we won't do that just yet because we want to have some, we want to play around with the legs. So next step is we're going to come over here to the backpack and we're going to pick it up so it sits at 90 degrees. All right, make sure that you've got that thing as straight as possible. There's a double hinge in there, and I'm sure you can do it. Okay, next step is we're going to go ahead and move these arms up a bit so that we can take these legs, fold that head chunk up, and we're going to rotate the legs 180 degrees. There we go. Now we're going to come down here to the legs, and we're going to separate them. This is important. The legs will separate on the interior, not the exteriors. The exterior is where everything is going to fold across the body. The interior is where everything's folded up. So grab the leg in two hands, and then you want to fold the leg away from the inside side of it, not the exterior side. We're going to do the same on this side. Let's just grab that and fold it away. Now we're going to make sure we've straightened it up as much as possible. Okay. Next step is we're going to take the feet and you're going to collapse the heel, then the toe. All right, now we're going to come over here to this side and we're going to collapse the heel and then the toe. I do love how this is very similar to Hound's transformation with his legs. And you got this crazy long-legged monster thing now. It's out of a Transformers nightmare. Okay, let's then, after we've done that with the legs, we can then take these arms. And we're going to go ahead and fold each of these arms up. Now this is a step that isn't too hard, but you want to go ahead and feel where the shoulder's at. And then you'll feel that area that we moved down with the shoulder, the harder plastic that isn't part of the rotation of the shoulder. And we're going to fold that piece upwards. And if you feel on the other side of it, you'll find there's a window and a rear view mirror. That's the name. Side mirror. And we're going to go ahead and fold that up, and that's going to become the side mirror for the vehicle. Go ahead and rotate the fist so that it's pointed down towards his crotch area. Yep. And part of the transformation requires that he punches himself in the crotch. Okay, next step is we're going to break the connection on the other side of the arm, the other arm, and rotate it up to reveal the window and the rear view mirror, the side rear view mirror. And then make sure that hand is rotated down so it's facing towards the ground. And on the left arm, there's a peg. On the right arm, there's a peg hole. So we're going to now connect the peg and peg holes together. There we go. They're connected. That arm assembly is kind of done now. We don't really have to do anything else with it. So next step is, while moving the arms, I accidentally transformed the next step. The next step is to fold that head back up into that compartment where it was before. But now that the bumper is hiding the head. And before we do that, let's go ahead and spin the head because I don't like the robot face facing towards the ground. I always think that's rude. So nobody wants any dirt in their optic receptors. Okay, next step is we are going to then fold these legs. Now be careful when folding these legs into their position. There can be a little too much uh, resistance on this area. And I talked about this in a YouTube short, but there is a fake wheel well on the exterior of the leg that matches the wheel well on the interior of the leg, also the exterior of the vehicle. So when you're moving this, there's a hinge here that can push on this plastic a bit, and it can cause this fake hinge, this fake wheel well, which is a separate piece of plastic actually just tabbed in there. It can cause that to try and bounce out. And because of its shape, it can become like a spring and shoot across the room. Ask me how I know? Because I only have one of these wheel wells on my guy. The other one is missing because it shot away from me during transformation while I was getting ready for this video last week. So just be aware of that, and please don't lose your piece. I do not like the fact that that is a problem with this guy. It is kind of a shame that he has that issue. But when we fold this leg down, we want to make sure that we line the folded toes up with this square section that was revealed, and make sure everything folds down. Those toes go into that square section, okay? So we're going to make sure we folded all that down correctly, and they're just going to slip into that square section that was revealed when we folded the arms up to make the side mirrors. Now we are, if you feel on the inside of the end of this leg, the front wheel, you can find there's a little bitty tab up at the top of the front wheel, and then on the side of the vehicle's grill, there is a little tab there. I'm just going to attach the tab to the tab hole. Come on. There it goes. Hey, no, bad. There it is. That right? Have we got it? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's good. Oh, no. It doesn't like to stay too much. And we're just going to make sure we get that correct. Okay? There it is. There we are. All right, now let's move around here to the other leg. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that it's as straightened up as possible. And we're going to go ahead and rotate it down and around. And now when untransforming this, always remember to put a finger over the wheel well so it doesn't go shooting away, okay? Because when this step of folding out the wheels to make the leg, in that locking section of it, can cause a little extra pressure and that will shoot off. So be aware of that. Okay, now fold this bit down in right here. Okay, right in there. And the little square hole. And we're going to come over here and we're going to attach these wheels to the front of the vehicle mode, and there we are. Come on, both wheels get attached to the front of the vehicle mode, right? Right? Hey now, don't you screw around. Courage, don't screw around. South Park. Okay, now that you got in each of these fronts, oh come on, there it goes. Okay, there it is. Hey, stop it. Yeah. No, that didn't attach right. No, it did. Okay, cool. No, it didn't. It wasn't attached right at all. Okay, so that piece goes there, and then this piece goes here. This little bit in the front is the kind of the headache of this transformation, but it works out pretty well in the end. You just got to make sure you keep some pressure there on each side, and for some reason, that's not going. There it goes. Okay, now that side goes there like that. Now come on. Make sure you have everything lined up. Making sure that's all lined up is important. Now, just go ahead and keep pressure on the front wheel so that doesn't unfold itself, because this last step will lock the entire transformation in place. And this last step is bringing down the back end of the SUV, the roof and stuff with the spare tire and the gun on it. And it's just going to come down. And while we're doing that, on the back of the SUV, we've got this tailgate that can fold down. I'm going to fold that down into place, okay? So make sure that's in place, and that's in place, and then this is going to fold down, and it's going to be in place right there. And there isn't anything to attach to this. It's just going to fold into place, and it will cover a section below. But sadly, there's no real sort of connector point for that. It doesn't have any pins or anything like that. It's just going to connect and go down, and in this piece there and there. All right, and now that front wheel section doesn't want to stay together for some reason today. But that is done. Yep, that piece is in there as well as it can get, and it's covering everything it needs to cover. Excellent, 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 excellent. There we go. I did get it to snap into place finally. Yay! This guy is a lot of fun to transform. And if it wasn't for that one step that I talked about, where you can actually lose the wheel well, I would give this transformation a 10 out of 10. But instead, it's going to get a 9.5 out of 10. This transformation is intuitive. This transformation is fun. This transformation only has that one hiccup with the hinge on the side, and also getting those front connectors to connect because they are so tiny. They have a hard time just snapping into place. But once they do snap into place, you get a fully fledged out little SUV that is an excellent collection to the mini-bots that we've gotten so far in the Transformers Generations line. Is there anything you wish to add, Cream? Is there anything you want to add at all? You want to add anything? No? Cream's just going to lay there and sleep. Drunken Prime called Cream his spirit animal the other day. It was great. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching or listening. And please, once again, like, share, and subscribe. Share my videos on Facebook. Put them on Twitter. I know it's called something else, but I refuse to call it that. It's Twitter. Tweet this out. Go to Reddit. Go to r/blind and share this content. r/blind has a problem with my content for some reason. So go ahead and flood them with my videos. They don't like my videos. I don't know why, but they don't like them. And it's all about helping the blind. So go do that, and also throw it on r/transformers or something else. Share me with everybody, please. I need your help. Thanks for watching. Tune in next Pride. We'll talk about this vehicle mode and compare this vehicle mode to the vehicle modes of the other mini-bots that we've gotten so far in Transformers Generations. Until next Pride, bye bye for now.